G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode. We're at beautiful Happy Valley this morning. We just had some trials. Eddie boy, you just called them.
I did,
a
Adam.
good job.
Oh, thank you for that, Adam.
Anything stand out?
I thought a few.
Yep.
I really like the look of Delightful Lau on the first trial, PP from Tony Cruz's stable. Sha Tin was on board, was out the back, but I liked the way that he finished off that trial. I thought excellent Chariot, looked good in the last trial. More than enough that Joe Moreira rode, a PPG. He was finishing off really well in his trial, and then a couple that Zach Purton was on. It's no surprise when you see Zach on good horses at the trials, but Rich and Lucky Moore both acquitted themselves well. I thought, what stood out to you?
Just the usual. Exactly, Lucky Moore looked good. He's a talented horse. We just don't know how really good he is at the moment. He's got a bit to live up to if he's going to, take on the big guns next season. But he looked good this morning. A couple of PPGs in there, but go back and watch him again and see how we can find a few winners.
Definitely. www.hkjc.com into the multimedia showcase section is where you can go to look at all of the trials here in Hong Kong. Just on trials this week. We are building up towards Champions Day next week, and we've seen a lot of our top horses trialling. What's impressed you and what has maybe disappointed you or not lived up to your expectations at the trials going into a big weekend?
I thought Exultant was good the other morning. He's normally a quiet trialer. I like that they made him attack the line. We know how good he is. He's a tough horse. He just continues to do his job. Athero looked like he was bang back to his best. Just that quick pace he showed again, very fast. Zach sort of opened him up and said, let's see how good you want to be. He looked better in himself. Hot King Prawn, he just does what the prawn does. He's a tough, honest horse. And a few actually nice young horses coming through the ranks in Hong Kong. Like, I know we do have some very, very nice horses, but there's no shortage of talent over here at the moment.
No, I definitely agree. Some nice horses coming through. We saw Wellington trial yesterday. He looks a pretty promising horse. So a big week coming up next week with FWD Champions Day and 3 Group 1s and all Hong Kong affair, but there's something to look forward to in each of those 3 races. Yeah,
definitely. It's going to be an awesome day. You're going to stick with Time Warp?
I'm going to go for him. I'm a big fan of Exultant as a horse. I think that at times I've thought he's better than Beauty Generation just because I think that he's beaten some really good horses in his time. They're both super horses, Beauty Generation and Exultant. It's hard to split them. They're both different sorts of horses. I just wonder if this season's version of Exultant is as good as last season's version. So that and the fact that Time Warp returned to form, he'll be up on the speed. There might not be much opposition for him potentially.
And after Glorious Forever's trial this morning, I probably wouldn't think he'll be running first up in that race next week.
No, so if that's the case, the only other rival pace horse you could see is if they rolled forward with Playa del Puente. But even
I liked his trial yesterday. He looks like he's come on since that Derby run. He's a nice horse on the rise. He could be a bit of a sneaky for a big place chance at big odds.
Definitely. The other one, a trial through the week that I thought might be a sneaky place hope. He's a bit of a dirt horse, but Elusive State, I thought trial
Tapped
well.
the line good, didn't he? Got back, ran on. He looked good as well. I totally agree. Can't argue with him. He's an honest horse, but I thought Exultant would just get the job done. I liked his trial the other day, but Time Warp, as you say, once he gets that soft lead, he's very, very hard to run down. In the sprint, I'm going to, of course, stick with the Athero. He is the best horse, but as we say, he's a young horse who's still learning, so hopefully he can. That first up run's matured him a bit, toughened him up a bit. Fitness-wise, he looked a lot better yesterday. I just think if he goes forward, good luck catching him. And Beauty Gen and Waikuku. It was good to see Waikuku back yesterday. He did hit the line. He hit the line nicely, but I don't think he attacked the line.
I think he's trialled better.
Correct, yeah. So I'd love to see him produce his best because he is a nice horse, and we do know how good he is on his day. But he was poor last start, and Beauty just keeps on doing what Beauty Generation does. So it's going to be a good race. All 3 races are cracking races, and don't worry about that. The undercards are some pretty exciting animals on the way up. So it's going to be a big day.
Definitely. The big news this week regarding Champions Day, outside of what we saw at the barrier trials, came through on Wednesday night that Golden 60 won't line up in the QE2 Cup. You took to social media to say you thought that was the right decision to make?
Definitely. It could be one of Hong Kong's most exciting animals we've seen in a long time. He's the second horse to win the three-peat. I just think they've, they've looked after the horse before they've gone to chase the money, and good on him. He's a beautiful horse. He needs to mature. He's a horse that really, I know all horses, they try during the races. Well, most of them do, but he's a horse that really tries during racing. After his racing, he looks really tired, and I think it's a great decision from Francis. He'll mature up. He'll bring him back next season. He'll be a more mature horse, which he does need to mature, and he needs to strengthen up as well. So I think it's a great decision, and good on him. I think Vincent would have been happy with that decision, and they'll get a horse back next season that he could add 2, 3, 4, maybe. You never know. He might even travel next season anywhere in the world. But he's a special talent.
Absolutely. So we'll have a special Champions Day show for you.
Yep.
Next week we will go into greater depth on all 3 of those Group 1 events, plus the undercard as well to the Group 1 days. It's one feature of them as well, that not only the big ones, the support card is also particularly strong. But we've got winners to find for Sunday, Adam.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's start off with this Class 5. We've got, 4 of these dropping in class. Hurricane Hunter was close last time out. He's drawn well. Joe Moreira rides. Who are you with? Oh,
it's a tough race. Look, even over the page, we've got good chances. I actually thought Old Havana was not a bad roughie in the race, but I'm going to stick with number 9, Wonder Express. This horse is not a Class 5 horse. He's much better than that. Chad gets on from a good draw. I think he just ticks plenty of boxes. I think it'll be not a bad win and place price, and I'm happy to stick with him in the first race.
I like him up to 1,400 metres here. I think that will suit him too.
I totally agree with that. The horse definitely has the ability to win this race, and I don't think just win it. I think he can win it pretty comfortably.
Okay, on to the second, Class 4 over 1,800 metres. This is the Suffolk Handicap. Defining moment one last time out. He's drawn wide here, but I do like the 1,800 metres with him. Full Power is the last start winner in the race. Good Days was better last time out. Who have you gone for here?
I've just gone with Full Power. I just think that win would have given him a bit of more confidence. He's no world beater, but I think he could win again. As you said, Defining Moment was good last start, but he's going to need a lot of luck from the wide barrier, and I think he's one of those horses that does need a lot of luck to go his way to be able to win a race. Plicker Clone, I thought he was good last start. No weight in his back. He should just sit midfield and get the outside. So I think he's a definite chance. And Natural Storm's a horse we've got to keep an eye on. He's coming through the ranks. He's only had the 2 starts. He hasn't had much luck in both those starts, but I think he could be a player at the nice odds. But Full Power for me, it's a tough race.
Okay, Placlane's a horse I will make a case for as well too, because I really like the look of him earlier on in the season, just the way that he moves in his track work, and his form recently has suggested that he's starting to live up to what he's shown in the mornings.
Definitely, yeah. David Hall's team's actually going well. His horses are going really well at the moment, so wouldn't be shocked if he had a few winners on Sunday.
Okay, on to the third race. It's an even split for this card. 5 on the dirt, 5 on the turf. We're onto the dirt here for the third. What's your tip?
I'm going to stick with Car Fortune, Ed.
Okay, you've been following him closely.
He's a nice horse. I don't know what Matthew was doing on him last start, but he definitely should have run a place or nearly won the race. But we go on to Sunday's race. Yes. I thought he should just sit behind the speed again. If he sits a little bit closer, he will be winning this race. Jade Fortune looks perfectly rated in this race. He's racing well. He's fit. Zach's on board again. I'm going to play around with both those horses, and
better gate will help him too, because last time out it was just too tough.
Exactly right. And Righteous Mate, I think he was good enough last start, so I think he can run a race as well. But I did see that Wagner rode him last day. He's gone on Strathclyde. I don't know if it's Tony's decision or what it is, but Chad goes on Righteous Mate, which is a huge tick. The young lad's on fire.
The other one thing I wanted to say about Car Fortune, you look at his breeding, I think he's been looking for a step up in trip, which he gets here.
Definitely, he's probably going to be an 2,000 metre horse. Nice horse. He's a nice horse. He's got the ability. I think if he produces his best in this race on Sunday, and we get a nice ride from midfield, get the outside and let rip, I think he's a good thing.
On to the fourth race then, also on the all-weather track. This is over 1,650 metres, over Class 3 level as well too. I know we've been talking about Super Rich a lot on this show. 14 on the dirt. Can he do it, or is he not the Super Rich that we thought he could be?
He's definitely not the same horse he was. He still has the ability, and it is going to be very tough for him on Sunday, but this is a very open race. Foodie Princess is racing well, but he's drawn the car park. I'm going to stick with Super Rich because I think Zach will just snag him back They'll go fast, and he'll ride for luck. That's how I think this horse has to be ridden. He has to be quiet.
Yeah.
Once he lets rip, I believe Zach will ride for luck, try and cut the corner and get the outside and finish off. If he does produce his best, he wins. But we haven't seen that best for a while.
No.
Hopefully tomorrow, Sunday, he can turn it around because the horse has a very, very big motor. But yeah, hopefully we do see it. Cock Campbell's racing well. And one horse I think at huge odds we have to put in our exotics is Precise Express.
Yep.
Forgive his last start run.
Thought he was good first up. Yeah.
Correct. So I thought his trials have definitely been good enough to run a race. Barrier 5, Alex Ligo's on his back. Alex has been riding well lately. He doesn't obviously get the best support, but I thought he's going to be big odds. So definitely have something to each way on him.
This is the time too for jockeys, for a lot of our jockeys here that aren't
Joe
Moreira or Zach Purton, to really shine, to stand up, because we don't have as many jockeys at the moment. There's going to be better opportunities for a lot of jockeys who weren't getting those sort of opportunities. So
look at Antoine. Antoine's come over here. He's ridden 3 winners in his first 2 meetings. It's the opportunities are there. They want to come over and work hard. They can ride winners. So look at Chad. What's he? 31 winners now this season. He's 9 from 8 or 9 from his last 7.
Yeah, he's ridden winners at the last 7 meetings, I think. It's 9 of the last 10 or something like that.
It's a big tick. So it's those young jockeys are going to the next level, and it's a good time for a young person to stand up and say, well, let's take on the big boys of Joe and Zach. But they're very hard to beat.
They are indeed. But there's more opportunities, I think, for everyone at the moment. Horse I wanted to talk about in this race, Clear Choice, maps well, consistent, in good form.
Doesn't know how to run a bad race, consistent little fella, and Antoine Hemlin takes a ride again, so I wouldn't be shocked if anyone wanted another winner or 2 on the weekend.
Let's head along to race number 5 then. This is a class 4 over 1,200 metres, also on the all-weather track. Super Power Man, he won well last time.
He did. He was big odds last start, didn't deserve to go around those odds because he did show a lot of ability in his trials. His first up run was not one of Chadley's best rides, and they did go very fast. So Chad went forward last start, gave him an absolute peach. Sticks with him, recent trial was good. He's a fast horse. I think the stable has a nice opinion of this horse, and I think he should do it again. Excel to Lights racing well. Those Shall Sing was off the map last start, and the punters got the cash. And one horse who, I don't know what they're doing with it at the moment, but Heng's Decision. I thought he was okay late here last start. Better barrier on Sunday. If he can just jump with him, I think he can run a huge race.
Could you see a bit of speed on here with Super Power Man and Elite Boy? Could it set it up for a closer?
Viva Council as well is going to go forward. It's a tough race, and I wouldn't be shocked if Heng's Decision did flash at the big odds.
Okay, I found him a bit hard to follow, this horse, but Supreme Patrol was better last time out. He's drawn with, he's got a relatively lightweight, so
he's definitely got the ability to win this race.
On to the 6th then, and we're on to the green stuff for this event. Class 4 over 1,400 metres. He's a beauty. He's done so much wrong, but he's still flashed home.
Serious horse.
Have you got him in there?
Yeah, he's my top pick. He was my best bet last start. Unfortunately, he missed the kick. It was no one's fault. The horse is just green and immature. He needs a lot to learn. He's definitely got plenty to learn.
Once he gets out of the gates, he's okay. But it's just that start, even looking at him in the stalls for that barrier trial that he's had more recently, as soon as they took the blindfold off, he wanted to jump.
His first up run when Lyle Hewitson rode him, and he weaved through the pack late and ran off for 5th. Was a really nice run of a debut horse. He's continued to get better, not in the head better. He's got to mature upstairs, but he's a really, really good horse. I don't know what John's plans are with the horse. I know John I reckon he'll give him a few more runs to try and strengthen him and toughen him up, but he produced his best in this race tomorrow. He's going to be winning. In saying that, it's a good race. Team Power was really good last start. Ricky Yu, Chad again. Car Ying, excellent. Very good last start. Zach rode him an absolute peach. Barrier 4 again, so he's going to get every chance. And number 13, Epty wins. He flashed home last start, Edward.
For people who backed him last time out at him, the track wasn't really favouring those horses who were back in the field on a wet day either.
Enormous run last start.
Huge. Yeah. He's big chance in the race.
Yeah, I think the punters will find him again because he was really well backed first up.
Wasn't my money.
Sure?
Not all of it anyway.
No, but he was really good first up, and I just think he's a beauty. He's the best horse, and Empty Wind's of course been good, but he's going to have to go back. He's a beauty. Hopefully he's just bang straight behind him. If that's the case, I think game, set, match.
The 7th is the Cumberland Handicap. It's a Class 3 over 1,200 metres. I thought Fantasy would be hard to beat here.
He wins again. Handsome Bobo. Good last start. Has the ability to win the race. He'll just sit outside the leader or go forward. Glenelia General's racing well, and Eternal Harvest was really poor last start, but his run before that was very, very good. Definitely has the ability to bounce back, and you're probably going to get a pretty good price about him. So I think Fantasy wins, but he's going to be under the odds.
He is. He's going to be pretty short.
Keep an eye on Xingyin.
Shang Yin. Yes.
Recent trial good. Showed ability in a couple runs last season. He's not, barrier 10 tomorrow is probably Sunday. He's not going to probably favour him, so he'll probably just go back. But keep an eye on him hitting the line. I think he's a horse to follow for the end of the season.
Okay, onto the all-weather track again for race 8. This is a Class 3 over 1,200 metres, the Devon Handicap. I guess looking at the race, one thing that stands out to me, Adam, back to 1,200 metres and down in class for the top weight here, Elite Patch.
Definitely, if he produces his best what he did in Class 3 a few starts ago, he will be blowing these away.
Yes.
The Devon Handicap.
Yes.
Ever had Devon and sauce?
I haven't, no.
Really?
Really, yeah.
On white bread?
No, I haven't.
You haven't lived. Elite Patch.
Still young at it.
Exactly. Elite Patch, definitely the horse to beat if he produces his best. Utopia Life, much better last starts. Just not listening and racing well. And Handsome Rebel was also good last starts. A horse we spoke about last night, Happily Family. There's ability there. Once they find it, he'll be winning a few races. But Elite Patch for me, I think. I don't think he'll be that bad a price.
No, I don't think he will either. Want to make a case for Starluck. I think he's been racing really well on the turf. He's had no luck with barrier draws, but his best form has been on the dirt. He gets back to that here. If he gets some sort of a run from the gate, he's definitely a hope. Exactly
right. He's a racing well. He's just needs a lot to go his luck. A lot to go his way, and Starluck needs luck.
Race 9, Class 2 over 1,200 metres, the Cornwall Handicap. So this is the highest class race for the meeting. Willpower. I thought the way that he let down last time out was impressive. He's won 3 from 4. Can he handle the step up in class here?
Definitely. He's a good horse. In saying that, he wins this and then goes and wins another one. There's not going to be many races around for him. He'll have to go back to the turf and show if he does, suit the turf. But his all-weather track wins have been very good. Full starts, 3 wins and a second. Recent trial, very good. He's a nice horse. Really nice horse. He lets down good. He sort of hits a flat spot and then he doesn't hit that flat spot for long. Some horses take a while to wind up, but he hits it and then he hits top gear. And once he hits top gear, it's pretty impressive. So Kingshill was really good last start. I thought he was home, but he got run down. Encore Boy, racing well, definitely has to be included. Gunnison, just tough for him with the big weight. He's not the biggest of horses, and I'm going to one for the exotics, Ed. Flashcard.
Yes.
He's a nice horse. There's some ability there.
When you see him in the parade ring, you'll know why he's called Flashcard.
He's a good-looking little. He's a flashy type. He is. I thought his recent trial was good. Vincent was trying to get to the outside, but Chad was sort of on the outside. He couldn't get around him and come out, but he had to go back inside. And I thought he let down nice. His trials have been good. His first up run was okay, and also Fortune Booth trialled really well recently. And it could be one of those races where you stand out willpower and. Anything could run in at the odds.
Where's the speed going to come from here? Because Winner Supreme will roll along in front.
Yeah.
If they let him get too far in front, he's going to be hard to run down.
Definitely he will. And I thought Mission Tycoon will punch forward. Gunnison's going to be there. I wouldn't be shocked if they gave Flashcard a bit of a kick out of the gates to see if there is a bit of early speed there. But I think Willpower is a very, very nice horse, and I'm looking forward to seeing him race again.
Okay, just one more on that race. King Shield. Back to 1,200 metres. Will they be too quick for him here?
No, I don't mind back to 1,200, Ed. I think it's, he's got the run over further, fitter in his legs, perfect run. Just if he sits behind him and gets out late, he's going to be very hard to beat.
Let's go to the last race then, Class 3, 1,400 metres, the Dorset Handicap. Is this a race in 2 between Mighty Giant and Juneau Park?
I reckon Mighty Giant will give him a good beating.
Okay. You've never been the biggest Juneau Park fan,
I think he's a bit one-paced.
Okay.
I think he's a nice horse. Don't get me wrong. I think Mighty Giant's a pretty good horse. He'll go for his grades. He's no superstar, but he's a big, tough got a good turn of foot. And once he lets down, he just bowls along. He's such a big boy. He's got a big stride. And I just think Mighty Giant for me, Genoa Park, I think he's going to be under the odds, and he'd sort of be my lay of the day.
Okay.
But I think Mighty Giant will just sit perfectly. He doesn't have to lead. He can sit right behind the speed, and nothing will be holding him in because once a big boy wants to get out, he'll push his way out. It does look the racing too. Triples was better last up. He's going to be a little luck, and one horse that I've had an opinion of. He was he was fair last start. Was his gameplay at times. Dougie White's camp. Drawn 1. I think they're going to punch him up there and try and be right behind the speed. I think keep a big watch on this horse. He's going to be massive odds.
Okay. So that's the 10 race card coming up at Sha Tin tomorrow. Adam, have you got a best for us?
Mighty Giant.
Okay.
Hopefully he just, he's around 250 mark. I don't really know I just don't know what they're going to do with Genoa Park, but hopefully Genoa Park's very short, Ed, and Mighty Giant buys out the market and we fill our pockets.
If Zach's had a good day though, if he's written 3 or 4, as we've said on this show before,
he could be short, Ed.
Could be short.
Same as Fantasy looks very hard to beat. Willpower, I think's definite good thing. I was actually thinking the Willpower all up. Mighty Giant double the last 2 races. They look the main 2. I don't really know about a value bet at the moment. I'm probably thinking around Car Fortune. Hopefully is around the 10 to 1 mark, but they wouldn't have missed his last start effort. So hopefully Car Fortune's a bit of odds and Mighty Giant wins the last.
Okay, best for last. I'll say that I'll be backing Ep to wins tomorrow.
All right, you're going to stick with the champ to flash home late and hopefully get over the top.
Stick with him. Second start for the new stable. Big effort against the pattern last time out. I've always liked him as a horse.
Yep.
I just think that surely he'll be winning soon, Adam.
Yeah, he's there. There's a win somewhere there soon, very soon.
There is. All right. Thank you for your time. It's getting warm, so I think we might grab a coffee, a cold drink or something, and hopefully you can be tuning into the coverage on Sunday, and hopefully we've found a few winners.
If we stay out here any longer, we'll be riding 117 on Sunday. There's a bit of sweat going on around here.
And that we would need to drop a lot of weight to get down to 1172, Adam.
All the best, everyone. Have a safe time, and hope everyone's staying healthy and quiet back home. Take care.